Okay, I'm leaving my desktop Ivy and I'm chasing the cat with the camera. I don't know if you're just listening to the audio or if you've also got the video active, but it's now cat time. I just need to get my shoes on and then get his lead on. We've already got him harnessed up, but I need to get my stuff ready. You weren't in the middle of stream, were you, Ivy? And the microphone just started coming through. Because I did notice it said two people, or two, like two people were accessing the URL. And I guess you were the second person. Okay. Cat is harnessed up and leaded up, and it's time to roll. Oops. My phone is doing the camera in Ivy, and I've got Burb's phone to look at YouTube chat, so I can't look at my Discord anymore. I'm assuming you're playing like 5M or something, so please disable the OBS source that is the cat cam, or at least disable the audio. You can still have Storm in the corner if you like on his outside adventure. I can't wait to get back to my computer later and see Ivy's messages and see what she was doing at the time I turned my microphone on and she could start to hear me through her OBS. Because I gave her the link to the Storm cam that doesn't usually include audio. But when I'm taking him for a walk outside like this, the link includes both audio and visual. I've got his leash very tangled up. Let's see if I can fix that without dropping the camera. Yeah, as soon as he stepped outside, I'm sure the mic picked it up. He was getting screamed at by a bunch of birds. Usually I take him for a walk later in the day when the birds are already mostly in their home trees sleeping. But a little early today, take him for a walk first, and then I'll work on my bike. Because I've been too slack with it. I need to do more. And it's good. I actually got him in his harness pretty quick today. He's been very resistant to getting in his harness like the last week. He hasn't been for a walk for like a week, when usually it's 3 times a week, because he just hasn't gotten into his harness. He's been refusing. But he's going stir crazy enough that we could finally get him into the harness because he wanted to go outside that badly. What was that? He just fell over as he was turning around. The grace of a cat on display right there. I don't know what it is about my phone camera lens, but it makes him look so small. Hello, Jamesus. The storm command should still work. Did lightning and stuff still go off? Yeah, it'll still work. There'll still be a rat walk across the screen. There'll still be a kookaburra swoop down, potentially. Do you reckon you're feeling more hunt tonight, Jameses? Potentially? Because I think this is potentially going to be a longish stream. We'll take the cat for a walk. I'll do some work on my motorbike. And then maybe come inside and do some gaming. Okay, I'm not going under the table, so we're going to drop the leash, pick it up on the other side. Good boy, Stormy. Good adventuring. Oh? Have you had a long weekend shift? Or are you doing something else that will make you pass out? Ah, at work right now. I am very sorry to hear that. That is a shame. That is a shame. Thank you for moving my chair, Burb. I did see that in the bottom of the screen there. I was like, well, no, I should move that when I take the cat back inside. Stormy's going into the shed to smell all the chemicals. It's windy today, which is why there's a birdseed bag leaning against my motorbike because it blew down from wherever it was up top somewhere and landed here just in the last 10 minutes. It's one of those cold, windy winter days. Here you go, Stormy. When I come inside and my hands smell super weird and chemically, this is the smells he's getting now from the shed. Same chemical smells. Hello, Coro. How's it going? It's a Suzuki Bandit 1200S. I think it's GSF 1200S, if I recall correctly. 2005. Okay, I am going behind the shed now, so we might lose reception for a minute, but I will be right back if we do. Did our Wi-Fi survive the trip behind the shed? Kind of looked like it did. Cool stuff. But yes, this is the first time we've been able to get Storm in a harness in like a week. So I am very happy that he's outside having a little adventure. He's been very resistant to it. So we'll take him for a walk around as long as he likes, and then we'll get working on the bike. How's the air quality, Coro? I've been seeing, maybe it's like, you know, when someone points something out to you, you start seeing it more and more. Or maybe it is just an increase in coverage, but I have heard more about the Canadian wildfires and the smoke blowing down into Canada. Did I hear correctly that Trump wants to put tariffs on Canada because of the wildfire smoke? Sometimes it's hard to tell what's made up and what's real because almost anything could be real when it comes to things like that. Yeah, there's definitely something about my phone camera lens that makes the cat look smaller than he is. Like he looks kind of cute and compact. He looks almost like kitten proportions. Like his head is too big and his body is too small. But he is actually a giant. Like I'm looking at it in camera and then with my eyes, and my camera makes him look short. My camera makes him look squashed, like not as long. I don't know how to describe it. But he is a 5.5 kilo cat. It is a lot bigger than what the what the camera makes him out to be, in my opinion. See, he'll probably take me directly into the garden bed at some point. Yeah, so James is unfortunately at work currently. How's your weekend going, Coro? Have you at least had a relaxing time? And you had a motorbike project as well, didn't you? Or is that a more long-term thing and I shouldn't ask for frequent updates? You should definitely ask me for frequent updates about my motorbike project because that shouldn't be a long-term thing. I should have finished it by now, but I've been very lazy. Mr. Fighter Jet is doing good, constantly asking me about it, keeping me accountable. And what the frick is this? That's a giant amount of animal poop. What could that be from? What the hell? That's interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump scare you guys with animal poop on the screen, but what on earth is that from? A big rabbit, maybe? Do rabbits have normal poop or do rabbits have like pellet poop? We do have some rabbits around the place. They don't live in our yard, but they visit it sometimes at night time. Oh no, Dexter. Did Lucky use his extreme land speed to jump in front of Dexter and trip him up? Oh, where are we going? We're doing a U-turn. There's a bird somewhere up there screaming, probably at Storm. We have a lot of birds around here and they always scream at Storm. In his catio, they scream at him through the windows and through the doors if they see him sitting there watching them. Poor Storm doesn't live a peaceful life. Always berated by the avian population. Good stuff, Coro. Good stuff. You might be you might be able to offer me some valuable advice when I get to the shed. So essentially what happened, my bike was starting to run a little weirdly, like inconsistent throttling, even though the actual throttle was at a consistent rotation, but then the bike would like gain and lose power, or lose and gain power more accurately. And so I pulled off the fuel tank, pulled apart the carburetor, and just like horrible, horrible rusted, infested fuel just started coming out of the carburetor. It was like a dark brown. So I drained my fuel tank, and it turns out the inside of my fuel tank was incredibly rusted. So I've taken apart the carburetor and mostly cleaned it. There's still a little bit of cleaning I want to do on the carbs. And I've had the fuel tank getting soaked with some anti-rust stuff for like a week now, rotating it twice a day. So I need to finish cleaning the carbs, reassemble it. I gotta take the rust remover out of the fuel tank and check, see what it looks like, whether it's usable again. And if it's not usable, then I'll have to look at buying another fuel tank, which is rough because this bike is old. So I'm only going to find a secondhand fuel tank. There we go. Here's the disassembled carbs. But the cat is pulling me away, so we got to go. We'll come back to that later. What an inquisitive little kitty he is. He's probably going to go under my doorstop. Oh no, he's not going under the doorstop. Okay, don't have to let go of the lead. Lucky was just standing there. Dexter absolutely wiped out. Your fuel tanks are plastic? I didn't even know that was a thing. When I bought Burb's bike, or when we were looking to buy Burb's bike, I was like, where's the choke? Why doesn't her bike have a choke? And now I find out like all new bikes don't have chokes anymore. They just work. They have a cold start like built into them where you don't need to increase the fuel intake. So are you telling me like new bikes have plastic fuel tanks now? Because yeah, that would definitely help with the rust situation. I was not kind to my bike. I had it when we rented and we didn't have a garage, and so it got stored on the street. And like it had a cover on it, but that still only goes so far to protect it from the elements. So it probably got incredibly wet from rainwater, rusted the fuel tank, and now it's led to this situation that we're in now. And then even when it wasn't at home, at work at the time, didn't have undercover parking. But now I treat the bikes a lot better, but it might be too late. We actually have a shed, park undercover at work. Yeah, still dealing with the consequences. Yeah, I think the bike's in pretty good condition apart from the rusty fuel tank. So I'm hoping if I can manage to get it back together, it's going to run even better than it did before. Okay, we are going down to the far end of the house now. So when we round this corner here, potentially lose Wi-Fi reception. But I'll be back if we do. Oh, never mind. He's turning around. I did break part of one of the carbs when I was pulling it apart, but I think I've managed to fix it well enough. But we'll see when we reassemble it. But that could potentially be problematic. We're not going to get the bike run in today, but I think we can get to a position where we know if we have to buy any more replacement parts. And I think we should be able to get at least 3 of the carbs reassembled and the 4th one mostly assembled. Dubs put some treats out on the tiles here for him. I don't know if he sees them or he smells them. Yep, there he goes. He can smell them. Let's see. Yep. Wow, look at that, Stormy. You go outside and there's just randomly treats lying around for you. Isn't outside the best? We should do it more often. Should go outside all the time. In a harness, of course. Okay. Is he thinking about going inside? Nope, we're still moving. Yeah, this is good that he's getting the benefits of outside again. Oh, did he just go for a lizard or something there? Leave the wildlife alone, Stormy. We'll get ready to pull his leash if he actually goes for something. We do have a pretty healthy skink population in our garden. And we like the lizards, don't we, Stormy? I say as I get ready to hold his leash back. We don't want to kill them. We just want to look at them. They're fun to look at, right, Storm? Look at his ears pointed forward like radars. Supercapacitor bank to replace the battery. Wait, see, what does that mean, Coro? Are you saying you have your own like custom built battery in the bike? And yes, you definitely do have to show. Definitely. We're going to be stuck here for the next 15 minutes while he looks for this lizard. He turned his head there. It wasn't on camera, but when I went to poke his tail, he turned his head. He could hear my body weight shifting and he knew something suspicious was going on. Very nice, Caro. Very nice. That's in your dirt bike, is it? So, like, cutting down over 2.5 kilos of weight is probably super important. But yeah, until like 2 years ago, we rented without a garage. So the opportunity for me to do any mechanical things on bike or car was essentially zero. And I didn't really do any mechanical stuff when I lived with my parents still. I did like some woodworking and metalworking and things, but nothing on a car or motorbike. So I'm doing a bit of catch up here, figuring things out by tearing them apart, trying not to break them, breaking them a little bit, but I'm pretty sure what I've broken is easily enough fixable without needing to buy a whole new carb assembly or like replace that one carb in the assembly. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna be stuck at this one bush for 15 minutes. Oh, as soon as I sit down, he's gonna move. But I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk sitting down. Oh. And so now that we're sat down and nice and comfortable, it's probably time to go, right, Kitty? Want to see the rest of the garden, surely. The only reason I know what thermal imaging and FLIR is because of Battlefield and the different types of scopes you can get on your weapons. I probably would have been able to. I probably know what thermal imaging is without that, but definitely FLIR is just know it from Battlefield, not from any useful application. There's a whole garden for you to explore, Stormy. You really want to sit your butt in this one spot? Stormy? Okay, that was a baby skink, but it safely got into the bushes there. I don't know where it came from. It was like over here. Little baby lizard. That does sound very exciting, Coro. Working in for an R&D company or in an R&D division. Come on, Stormy. Let's see if we can go elsewhere. Come on, Stormy. Come on, kitty. Let's go this way. Leave the lizards alone. Come on, Stormy. As always, it's not me walking him, it's him walking me. So I can just make suggestions here. Like, come on, Stormy, let's go check out elsewhere. Come on, kitty cat. You don't. Why are you putting your face in the bush? Come on, Stormy. There's so much more garden to see. Let's go see it. Come on, Stormy. Come on, kitty. Look, I'm using my best. I'm using my best come here voice, and he's just completely ignoring me. Come on, Stormy. Come on, kitty. Let's go do stuff over here. Come on, kitty cat. Come on. Come on, Mau. Exactly, Coro. Exactly. Come on, Stormy. The garden is so much bigger than this one corner. Let's go check it out, cat. Come on, Stormy. If I just walk away, sometimes he does follow. I just like walk away and leave him. Come on, Stormy. Come on, cat. There he is. Oh no, he's got his leash caught on the brick. Good boy, Stormy. Come on, let's go check things out, hey? He's just like a toddler. You say you're leaving and then they follow you. Come on, Stormy. Come on, kitty. Let's go for a walk. Need to get that exercise. It's enrichment going. I suppose for him it's enriching hunting a lizard in a bush for half an hour, but it's not for me. I also need enrichment. Back in the shed, smelling all the chemicals. Just smelling, cat. What's you smelling? Oh, we got a king and queen parrot that Storm just scared. I can't really zoom in on this. And yeah, I can't zoom in at all. But nice king and queen parrot. The king's off to the left, the queen's over to the right somewhere. That's a shame. They don't visit often, so this was kind of poor timing to have the cat outside to scare them away. But I'm sure they'll be back sometime in the future. Hopefully they got some seed and water before the cat and I interrupted. I have the noise suppression turned up a little bit because it is quite windy today, but I still can hear them in the trees behind me. So maybe they'll come back down when we go inside or when we go to a different part of the yard, but they're definitely not going to come down with Storm sitting here. This is Storm. And this is the feeder right behind my head. But I still can hear them up there, squawking somewhere. Yeah, there he is. It's probably not visible on my phone camera, but they're behind the palm fronds up there. Oh, it just flew away. Hey, Mike, hopefully they come back later. Don't go back to the bush, Storm. Yeah, good. That's the bush we were at for 15 minutes over there. Let's go elsewhere. Oh, okay. We're sitting down. Why are we sitting down, Stormy? What's the sit rep, cat? Oh, meow. Meow, meow. Might be indoor time soon. Come on, kitty. Come on. Come this way. Don't go back to the same lizard bush. Leave the lizards alone. That's awesome, Coro. Unfortunately, cane toads have taken over southeast Queensland, and it does seriously affect the frog population. What's wrong, Stormy? Why are you meowing like that? Do you think I'm holding you hostage outside? Is it time to go in? Or you might just be sick of my constant yapping. Oh, here we go. The queen parrot's back. No, you look carefully, you can see it in the top feeder, blended. Storm hasn't even seen it. It's so well disguised. There we go. It just flew away. Okay, Stormy, I think he wants to go back inside. He's been dropping some pained meows. Okay, let me just take my shoes off here and grab him some treats as a reward for coming inside, and then we go to the shed. I've procrastinated long enough. Where are you, cat? Where are you? I got his treats. And here he is. Come on, Stormy. Have some treats, kitty. Gotta reward him for coming inside so he doesn't try and run away from home. He's rubbing himself against the camera, but my tripod is not that solid. It will just fall over. Okay, some Treatos. There you go, Stormy. Let's get his harness off. I'll just leave his harness here. I'll pick it up later. Okay, let's get ourselves to the shed. It is time. There's more birds outside now, not in the feeder this time, in the bird bath. Little noisy miner screaming. Oh, I need something from my computer, actually. Wait, now we're here. Let's see what Ivy was saying when she came, when our voice randomly started on her computer. It's freaking me out. I have it off. That's the crazy thing. I'm on another scene and I'm hearing you recording clips for something. Sounds like I got to delete it whenever I'm not streaming. Had to delete the whole source. Okay. So she turned off the cat cam on her computer, but the audio was still coming through somehow, which is crazy. Where I had some, maybe I left it in the shed. I guess I left it in the shed because it's not here. I didn't see it when I was in there before, but hopefully I find it. Okay, time to be productive. Look how windy it is, even in the shed. The rags are blowing around in the wind. Okay, so we've had our fuel tank rotated 20 different ways with the rust treatment. A bunch of it has leaked out. So I got to put that back in the box. But let me set up the cams here. So I think this is probably a good spot. Maybe we should go higher. No, let's go one rung higher on the ladder, which is what I'm using as my very professional camera stand here. Plug my power in. Testing. Okay, welcome back, audio. Oh no, it's the wrong audio. This is annoying. Be right back. Hello. We are back. Professional production here, as always. Apparently, when I initiate pass-through charging, it overrides my audio. Okay. We should be good now, in theory. So we have about a liter to drain from the fuel tank. So we'll flip this upside down. I did get a new seal for whatever you call this part. The pet lock, potentially, is what it's called. I don't think I'm making that up. But I don't know if it's sealing correctly, because we just had 4 liters of rust treatment drain out of there over the past like 12 hours. I've had it at that specific angle. So not too sure. Maybe I didn't have the new gasket seated correctly. Let's just use... But we'll take off the fuel gauge as well, and we'll get a good look inside the tank and see how the rust treatment works. Oh my god, that stinks so bad. Even just taking that single screw off and letting the tank ventilate. I'm sure it's fine. I'm breathing it in. I'm sure it's not going to cause cancer. Yeah, I mean, the rubber seal looks like it's sitting good. Maybe I just didn't do it up tight enough or something. I mean, I deliberately didn't do it that tight, but maybe it needed to be a little tighter than I did. Filter's draining out there. Oh, this one's an Allen key. I'll turn the noise suppression off. Tell me if it's worse with noise suppression off or not, though. You might be able to hear some of the other noises I'm making, like dropping screws where they shouldn't be dropped, for example. Okay, here's the fuel gauge float. This one is actually kind of new. I think I got this replaced by the shop a few years ago. I didn't realize how easy it was to replace, to be honest. But I got a new rubber seal for that as well. Oh, it smells so bad. We'll take a peek inside the tank and see what it looks like. Have a look. Okay. I'm still seeing a bit of rust, which is unfortunate because this stuff is meant to be pretty good at its job. So if my tank is so far gone, but we'll finish draining all the liquid and dry it out, and that will probably give us a better view of what's actually happening in there. Initially, I was thinking of like getting a paintbrush and sticking it in there and trying to reseal it after I clean the rust off, but I don't think that's possible. These openings are too small, even at their largest. So I'll flip this back over, let it drain into the plastic. And we'll start with the carburetor reassembly. Okay, we're getting some stuff drip out there. I locked this. Let me go get my bike key so I can open this up. I will be right back. I'll take the audio with me, but I'll leave the camera there. Did the audio die when I plugged the charger in?
Possibly. I definitely didn't notice right away, and then you didn't notice when I messaged.
I think because like the wireless audio thing goes into the phone's charge-in port, and then it has pass-through charge-in, but I think it just messes with it briefly. Okay, I got my keys. Let's go back to the shed. And yeah, I think I just have to restart it before it picks up the correct input device. It wants.
You were fiddling with it, and I I said works, and then you turned it off after that.
No, that was working with the phone microphone. So as soon as I stepped away from it, it would have been unintelligible. But restarting it worked. It sent it back to the proper microphone. Ah, technology.
I know. Only it was easy.
Also, all that wind that I was complaining about before, it's blown in a bunch of bloody rain clouds. It is definitely going to rain tonight. It has got really dark out. How far did the audio work then, Coro? Because I walked really far away from my phone. I wonder how big the range is on that receiver. Okay. I made a very professional plastic seal here. Just with a bunch of Ziploc bags shoved into the top of my fuel tank there. So put these on the ground, throw them out later. Let's have a look into the tank from this direction. Okay, that is still looking kind of nasty in there, but hopefully once we drain out the sludge, it'll be good. It's like green sludge dripping out of the fuel tank now. That's super gross. But honestly, this is better than what we had before. Before we had just like massive flakes of, after our first drain in of this, we just had massive flakes of rust. I had to like hold my fuel tank and just like shake it back and forth for like half an hour just to get all the giant rust flakes to fall out of it. So this is an improvement. But yeah, if it wasn't looking like it's about to rain, I would leave this out in the sun and just let it dry out. But I don't think there's anything else we can do on the fuel tank right now. So I will redo up my little wire contraption here to hold the fuel tank open. And we'll just let this sit for a day or two. Probably more than a day, seeing it looks like it's about to rain. And then we'll see what's left in the tank after that. Okay, I'm just going to put this on the ground, give us some bench space to work with. On the inside of the tank, there's like a tiny little lip where the hole is. So it doesn't like, the lowest point is not where the opening is, which is really annoying. So I can't just get it out easily. There's a tiny bit of liquid left in there. Okay, let's work on these carbs. So I do still have to clean out whatever you call these, some of the caps, because I've still got a bit of rust inside of them. But the rest of them have been soaked in kerosene and then sprayed with a carb cleaner. And I did order some replacement parts as well. So some of these things I cleaned we're not actually going to use, but it's probably still worthwhile cleaning all of them just together. Didn't really take up any extra time. So let's see if we can figure out how to rebuild our carburetors. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. I don't think we need the glasses anymore. So let's just start with the right-hand one. I've got this all segregated into which ones they came from. Have a look at my little delivery here. New main gaskets, which go on these parts, but not ready for those yet, so we'll put them away for now. We got new floats. Not ready for those yet either. I don't think we need new floats, to be honest, but, you know, anything we've got new, we'll use new. And then we have a whole bunch of new gaskets. We got new jets. We got some new new screws, new springs. We'll see how these goes. Okay, glad to hear the audio worked. Okay, so that thing's got some pretty crazy range. I went like through a metal shed wall, through a brick wall, through an internal wall. I went really far away. I'm impressed by that range. Okay, so we will still clean this before we fully reattach it, but I think we can keep working on this other stuff. And the problem is, it's been so long since I've done this, I have definitely forgotten how. I do have an instruction manual, an assembly diagram, which I should probably look at. But surely there can't be too many different ways this can be assembled, right? Like, that just has to slot in there. Here, let me give you guys I think we can give you a better camera angle here now that we're doing some close-up stuff. Maybe I should print off the diagrams. Let's get like right in here, maybe. Let's switch these around. Okay. So this definitely goes in here. No other way that could go. It could go upright, but probably not. We'll give it our best go here, and then I think I will have to hunt down a assembly diagram. We had Okay, we don't have a new part for this. I'm looking for something specific. I know what it is. This part. But which way up did it go? This went down with the main jet. Oh no. I'm now realizing I might not be prepared for this. Okay, that goes in there. That's the only spot it can go. Can't go there. Can't go there. That has to go down main. But before it goes down main, I know this piece goes down there as well. But which way up would it go? So it comes through on the inside there. It's feels a bit loose that direction, so maybe the other way. Hello, Volts. Yeah, real gentle with the talk. I got you, Caro. I think we're gonna just have to do an attempt today, and I'll have to come back later when I've actually printed off the assembly diagrams. Okay, that feels better that way. The part that goes in first isn't actually wobbling on the inside. The threads might be the exact same for the jets, but if you look at the needle, if it has one, it's always off the main. So like that to me looks like a needle. But yeah, I'll be careful. I'll be careful. Okay, that doesn't fit. That also doesn't fit. I should do this with the old ones first, hey. Let's do this with the old ones. And that way if I do something incorrect, not big of a deal. This looks like it goes in the front probably. That potentially looks correct. That's screwing right down. That is too big. That fits. It's just, no, it doesn't fit here. Okay, I'm putting the old parts in first. So I'm definitely creating a lot of extra work for myself. But this is probably a good way to test if it works or not. This is my first time disassembling. Successful disassemble Volts, but first time trying to reassemble. So I feel like it's a completely different beast. What would we have here? So I've got my new parts on the rag, My old parts are on the plastic over here. I think this is just the equivalent of this top piece. Doesn't have a filter on it though. We have two little caps. One of these just goes in here. Maybe? This is how all the best mechanics do their work, right? Process of elimination. No, I've already put the old part of that in. I also just have a metal bar in the old and new ones. Where did that come from? And then we got the little float piece. I think the float piece goes in this top assembly, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's correct. But we will check all of this later. We've got a Suzuki Bandit 1200 S volts. And I am a complete novice doing this stuff. Like I've changed the oil on my bike and changed the filter and replaced the chain like once, and that's all we've ever done. And we did this disassembly like a month ago, and I'm now realizing my memory is not what it needs to be. I should have printed off some schematics here. Would definitely make it easier. But we'll keep persisting for the time being, just to see how far we can get with it. And then we'll come back for another stream next weekend and maybe make a bit more progress. So yeah, we have a bunch of gaskets to replace as well. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to have to go look at a diagram here, because I don't remember what gets gaskets and what doesn't. So and now I'm mixing up my old parts and my new parts. That's old part, that's a new part. New part, old part. That is old part. There was no new part for that. So yeah, I've got some replacement parts as well. Probably not needed. I think I cleaned these thoroughly enough that it's fine. But the reason we're doing this in the first place is because my fuel tank got really rusted. And then that got a whole bunch of nasty stuff in the carbs. That's probably the worst example. So I still have to clean these out properly. And my fuel tank is just off camera. I just drained out the anti-rust solution, and it's just going to let the last of it evaporate. And we'll see how successful or otherwise it has been. That is old part. It's just this bit here is being a bit stuck. Don't want to be too forceful with it. Coro did give me a warning not to be too forceful. And yeah, it got like a little E-clip as well. I don't remember where the E-clip came from. I definitely should be looking at instructions. Where would this E-clip have been? Maybe on here? But okay, that's for later. Definitely not for now. I'm not going to go chucking an E-clip where it's not meant to be. It's just like a dirt bike, but times 4. The E-clip might be for the needle. Roger. Yeah, what I'm realizing is I should have done more preparation. But I will definitely do that and we'll come back to it. But yeah, so we got all 4 carbs. The tops of them are all the same, but then how they assemble together is all slightly different. Like one of them has the main throttle control to it, and then that's just attached with all these pipes, all these rods at the back here, just off camera. All these rods to hold them together and transfer the throttle cable that only affects this one, but then it links up to all the other ones. That's going to be fun to reassemble. Do you just want to try and get this last thing out that I put in here? Can't tell why it's stuck. It's not jammed. It's just, I think it's just created like a little bit of suction in the hole. I could not imagine doing anything with the carburetors on the side of the road. That seems impossible to me. But maybe on a dirt bike, it's a little bit easier. But like I had to completely take the fuel tank off, take the airbox off, and only then could I get to the carburetor inside the bike. We got the airbox sitting off camera down the other side of the bench. Like this thing isn't stuck. I can see it moving when I pull it, but it's created like some weird suction. I really should have cut my nails before doing this as well. Fuck, I'm a white collar worker, man. I just work on a computer all day. This is not what I have practice doing. But it's good. I need practice doing it. It's healthy for me. I do not see how this is stuck in here. It might just have to stay. It is meant to be in there. There's nothing else that could go in there. This is the old one. This is the new one. So it is correct. It's meant to be there. It's just a little concerning now that it's stuck. That's very impressive, Caro. Very impressive. The toughest thing I've had to do when I was away from home was my clutch cable snapped because it wasn't installed correctly, it turns out. My clutch cable snapped in a McDonald's parking lot. And so I got the bus home, bought a clutch cable from a motorbike shop, and then I changed my clutch cable in a McDonald's parking lot at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and then rode to work. That's the most I've managed to do out on the road. But yeah, clutch cable, easy. Especially compared to this. Okay, we're leaving this one in there. I'm pretty sure it's correct. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be there. Let's just bag up the rest of this stuff. And we'll see if we can help our fuel tank drain a little more. But okay, this is good. I know what I need to do before coming back to it. I need to print off some assembly diagrams. Number 1. Actually, we can clean these while we're here. We haven't properly cleaned out the tops of the carbs. Let me grab some chemicals. It's really stubborn. It's really soaked in there. If you have any suggestions, Coro or Volts, I am open to it. Like, I've tried to get a toothbrush in there, and even that is struggling. But I'll try again because I've soaked it in kerosene now, so it might come off a little easier. Wild, Coro. Absolutely wild. Oh, what the? I just sprayed that off to the side. Oh, the soaking in kerosene we did actually works so well. Just like a tiny bit of this carb cleaner now. Almost just fully sorted that. Oh, wow, that's looking good. There's only like one stubborn bit down in the corner there. And we just got it with the toothbrush. Okay, amazing. Amazing. The soaking we did worked perfectly. Still a bunch of like little rust deposits in where the gasket goes, but this is like 95% better than what it was before. See if we can get this nice and shiny. Oh, yeah, that's coming up really nice. This is like the third round of cleaning we've done on these things, I think. We soaked it in kerosene for 24 hours. So I got these jars for here. Each carburetor got its own glass jar. Soaked in kerosene for 24 hours, laid out outside in the sun, let it dry out, and then soaked in carb cleaner and scrubbed. And now we're up to round number 3, just getting the last stubborn bits out. Well, I'm very happy with how this is looking though. Very happy. So as we can get the engine looking, the fuel tank looking as good as this. The anti-yellow jacket spray? Are you kidding? Surely there's just some anti-wasp spray that works on wasps, right? Surely you don't need carb cleaner on the yellow jackets. I don't think we have. Of all the dangerous animals we have in Australia, I don't think our wasps are particularly bad. At least it's definitely not one of the things that's at like the forefront of my mind when I think of dangerous Australian animals. Okay, this one's looking pretty damn good. That is like a huge improvement just from what we had before, let alone from what we had before we started this cleaning as a whole. But yeah, so just like massive caked on rust deposits there. It's unfortunately not the right angle for you guys to see. Let me see if I can set my no, that just creates a shadow. I have a window right here above where we're working, but it's so dark today. It's definitely going to rain soon. Can't really get this light far enough away to make it work, but just as a once-off, that's what we're dealing with in here. Just like total Martian soil buried deep within there, caked on over years probably. But if this comes out as easy as the last one did, I'm going to be happy. Oh, amazing ideas, Coro. Amazing ideas. But we have loosened it up enough with our previous clean-ins that I don't think we need to... Oh, actually, we might need to. This one's still pretty stubborn. We just got a lot, though, just with that initial spray and scrub. We got a lot of it. I think it might be too much for a Q-tip, but yeah, a screwdriver wrapped in a piece of cloth could definitely work. Just getting deep in there. Yeah, this might be a screwdriver moment. Oh, that's actually some really satisfying ASMR. I doubt my microphone is picking it up, but like you can hear the rust just cracking. Oh, amazing. Okay, I think that's going to be good, actually. Just like chunks of rust falling off. Very satisfying. My poor bike kept outside for like 6 years, I think, when we were renting. With only a fabric cover to keep it away from the elements in Australian thunderstorms and everything. Poor thing definitely has been abused a little bit. I'm gonna spray the club cleaner on the toothbrush. Each new spray is getting this looking more and more good. Oh. Okay, that's good to know, Coro. Yes, I do have... Yes, there are screws on these. It looks like... It actually looks like I've tried to undo that, but I couldn't, and so I just left it there. Because this one does look a little bashed up. And I tend to do that with my immense amounts of skill. And yeah, there is a hose attachment as well. Huh. I don't have any hoses that small, though. So I don't think on this model it actually has hoses attached to it. But I'm sure Suzuki uses this same cap design on multiple carburetors on multiple bikes. But I do not have any hoses sitting here on the desk that would fit that. But it does have a screw. Oh, that's huge, Coro. That's actually huge intel. I undid like everything else, but I didn't undo this. But maybe I tried to, and it was giving me too much trouble. But no, that came off real easy. That came off so easy. Wait, look at this. Is that... Why does the end of that screw look so weird? Okay, but now we can actually drain it down that screw hole. Or we can go the other way even. Coro, you are insanely good value. I undid like every other screw, but for some reason I never undid this screw. I don't know why. That was an insanely good shout out. Thank you. Yeah, I can hear the rust grind in when I put a screwdriver down there. But I think we're pretty good now. Does kind of look like there's actually just like a cap of rust still stuck there. Let me get like a piece of copper wire or something. Let me see if I can see this poke through the other side. Usually the only reason you need to mess with that one is when you first shut off the fuel at the valve. You open that so it drains the carb before you take it off the bike. Ha! So that would have been handy for me when I disassembled, because I pulled the whole rack of 4 carbs out, put it on my desk, and then started like tipping it over and around to have a look about how I could disassemble it. And then like when I hit a certain angle, it just started like pissing out rust infested fuel all over my desk because I didn't drain it first. I need to use my head torch here. I can't tell if this is a blockage. I mean, it has to be a block. Yeah, it is a blockage. Let me through. So yeah, this is so blocked with rust anyway, I wouldn't have been able to drain it. Like even this copper wire here might be too thick. Let me just take like half the strands. Surely this will work. Okay, now that this screw is out, I might have to soak this again. Because this is actually too much. For sure that's fully capped off and blocked with rust. If I screw it in, will it push it out? Nah. It was already screwed all the way in. So I can see the carb cleaner pulling in there from the top side, but not from the inside. So yeah, that is 100% blocked. We're going to leave this balanced just over here and see if the carb cleaner will slowly work on that. Let's go back to our first one as well, because I did not take the screw out of this one. Oh, it just fell over. Oh no, we're good. I took off everything out of the carburetors that I could, except these screws, and I don't know why. Okay, let's see how this one is. Oh yeah, that looks pretty nasty in there. That looks pretty nasty. I mean, just that initial blast definitely cleared a lot away. But that still looks like it's blocked with rust. See if the copper wire strat works on this one. Otherwise, we'll just spray it, leave it upright, and let it soak for a little bit. Just trying to get like half the thickness of this copper wire that I have. Half the strands. But it's so twisted up. Okay, that's 3. See if I can get one more strand out of this. Okay, here we go. 4 strands. Four strands of copper wire. Can we poke through the rust that is in here? It just feels so solid. I don't think I can. Just don't think it's possible. It's just so soaked in. Not soaked in, it's so hardened in. Let me get my smallest Phillips head and see if the point of the Phillips head can get in there. I mean, that's definitely grinding up rust. But it's not pushing the cap through the other side like I was hoping it would. Oh, it worked. It worked. I can see the copper. Just down the, you can just see the copper poking through. We've made it. We've made it. It worked. We know it's possible. That's great. That's amazing news. Just get the copper wire in there. Just like jiggle it around a little bit. But yeah, I get it, like it's done like this so it can drain to this specific spot, but it makes it difficult to clean. It's not meant to be this rusty though. There we go. We're spraying through this hole and it's now coming out the main section. Okay, there's still a little bit of build up down there, but yeah, we can just get that away with a screwdriver. Great success. Thank you for the tip, Coro. That worked perfectly. So this was, I don't think this matters. These are all the same, but this came from the first one. Let's go back to the second one, which we couldn't get a copper wire through. We let it soak for a little bit. Let's see if we can push through now. What do? We did the screwdriver first. Philip said screwdriver. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that just knocked a whole bunch of rust through the other side. Perfect. Oh, there we go. And it's starting to leak the liquid through that we had soaking in there. Yeah, there we go. We got the copper wire through. It's hard to see. This light makes it too bright. But the copper wire is getting through there. Feel free to post them in the Discord if you want, Coro, because Scotty is also a motorbike rider. I think Hera is his Discord username. But there's at least 3 of us. There's at least 3 of us. But yeah, I'll check those when I go back to the PC. Do not have Discord out here on me. Speaking of, if there's anyone watching in Twitch chat, my apologies. I do not see your chat messages. I only have YouTube chat open. I'm very discriminatory. I only have one spare phone, and I haven't set up a combined chat app or something like that yet. So my apologies to anyone watching on Twitch. I don't know how big. What category am I on in Twitch? Just chatting. Wow, did I do just chatting? No, I turned Twitch off. Never mind. There is no one on Twitch because I turned the multi-stream off. It's just YouTube. We just got a YouTube exclusive stream here. So I don't have to worry about disappointing people, even though I was worried. But it wasn't real. Okay, that one's good for now. Let's move on to the third one. Lots of rust. Lots of rust. Where did that screw go? Did I knock it on the floor when I pulled the rag? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I should have been more careful. I should have been more careful with what I was doing. Screw's gone. Screw's gone. Wait, am I missing both of them? Where the frick did they go? Oh no, one's there. I've got one screw. Did I actually flick it onto the floor when I moved the rag? Oh, what an unforced error. What an unforced error. Have it under here. Oh, no, here it is. We're good. We're good. I found it. We got it. We got it. Not the end of the world. Okay, next one. Ooh, okay, this one's a bit tight, but it's got a flathead connection all the way through, so that might be the best way to not strip the screw here. There we go, perfect. Let's put this safely on top of the plastic. Let's give it a little wipe down. Oh, wait, this is different. Is it? It should just look different because it's so covered in rust. No, this is different. Okay. My left two carburetors, at least left from the direction I've been doing this the whole time. I don't know whether they're on the bike. They're actually on the left or not. Do have a different, very, very slightly different cap here. I wonder how important it is. So just like the internal drainage is different, but every other dimension is the same. Interesting. Oh, it's just the yeah, okay, it's just the drain screw point in a different direction, and it looks like the hoses that can be attached to them are coming out a different direction, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, okay, this one is still kind of... This one's still looking very stubborn here. I don't know. I've got a bad history with like fucking up the heads of screws, Coro. So I'm like really paranoid. Like this desk that we're working on here, I made this desk. And let me tell you, I think it's one of the screws holding the vise down on the other end. No, not holding the vise down, but the post under the vise. I don't know. I just really fecked up the top of the screw. I don't know. Maybe my pilot hole wasn't wide enough. But I just got a lot of resistance when I was drilling it in. It must have been pilot hole was not sufficient. And like even my desk, even my computer desk inside, I made a nice little custom mount for my computer. The actual box hangs off chains on the underside of my desk. It's really fucking cool. I love it. But like even then, even just getting some like 15 mil screws, I like snapped the head off one or two of those. And like there was plenty of redundancy, so it didn't matter. But you know, I would like to not snap screws. I just have a really bad track record with some stuff like that. But yeah, I need to get this bike done and get my desk cleared because I want to work on some other things here. I want to make a cat running wheel for Storm. I reckon I can make one of those out of wood. Cat running wheel for Storm. I want to try. This is probably going to be another project that's going to stretch out to months and months and months. But I want to try making a new front door for the house because our other one is like basically deteriorated in the weather. I reckon that's doable. But it's going to require a lot of experimentation. And no screws, right? So I can't, apart from like into the hinges. So I probably can't fuck up any screws like that, like I have a history of doing. So that's a good sign. Oh yeah, there we go. Bunch of rust getting pushed through by the screwdriver there. You love to see it. Okay, we got this process going smooth now, but this one, we'll see when we get to the last one, but this design, this internal like drainage design, doesn't appear as prone to rust buildup on the screw as the other one did. Came off real nice and easy. No, I didn't. I wasn't pressing that hard. It's still a Phillips. I haven't been quite that rough with it. But yeah, we had a lot of rust in here. This is our third clean in. So this is definitely needed. Yeah, that one's got even more of a build up on the inside. This one's got quite the build up. I can't even see where the hole is on the inside. This is meant to be draining from. Okay, let's see if that was enough. Yes, it is. Look at that. It comes straight through. My fiddling around with the copper wire was not necessary, apparently. Someone put toothpaste in it. Oh man. The rust equivalent of toothpaste. I mean, that gives me hope, Coro. That gives me hope that all of this is salvageable. But you do have to keep in mind, I'm working with a deficiency of skill and experience here. At a big deficiency. Okay, I can't do any more on the carburetors until I get myself some diagrams to work from. It's not quite as plug and play as I was hoping. Like I can build a computer without looking at any instructions. The PC industry is really good how they have stuff set up. Like it's almost impossible to plug things into the wrong slot on a PC. Even if you're combining multiple different brands together, they all use the same adapters for the same things. It's actually very, very consumer friendly in that regards. And I'm sure this would make very easy, obvious sense for someone who's done this before on a Suzuki, but I have not done this on a Suzuki or on any. So I am going to have to refer to some instructions before we get back into this. But I'll get the fuel tank back up here and see how that's looking. But we're probably going to need to let it like evaporate for the next 24 hours or so. And yeah, I'm just permanently wearing the head torch now because it is dark outside. We're gonna get some decent rain tonight. I can tell. So let me just clear some space here. This was also some of the rust treatment stuff in my oil drain pan. We'll clean this one up properly later. I might have to, I might take you up on that, Coro. I'll acquire myself the diagrams this week and have a look at them. I'll do some homework and then I'll stream next weekend me attempting to do the assembly again with instructions this time, though. But I might have to take you up on that. Yeah, okay. Looking at it now that the liquid is all kind of drained down to the bottom, there's still a pool of like maybe a few hundred mils in there that needs to drain out. I think the fuel tank is usable. Like it's not in the best condition, but I think it is usable. And I don't think it's going to cause any rust issues in the carburetors, at least for like another few years, which is incredibly good news. Because buying a secondhand fuel tank probably wouldn't have even been much of an improvement in the end. Oh, that's weird. There's like a little lip running around the edge of like the seam where there's more liquid pooling. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to let this like evaporate out, but it's not gonna evaporate out tonight when it's raining. Maybe I give it one more treatment upside down, potentially. Some of the top of the fuel tank is still looking like some few rusty patches. But yeah, it's not like flaking off rust that's clogging the carburetors like we had before. It's just like little spots. Still not good, but the top of the fuel tank as well is probably least of the problems. Okay, we're going to leave this here. What's the time? 10 to 5 p.m. I mean, it's mostly drained. There's probably just like maybe like 200 mil of liquid left in there. But yeah, it is annoying. But I'm sure it'll evaporate out after not too long. It did before. Just not for now anyway. Okay, I think I am going to do some gaming tonight, and I'll probably stream it, but I think we'll end stream for now. I need to go clean myself up, have dinner, that sort of thing. So we won't stream all the way through. So I will be back for some gaming. But yeah, two probably very different target audiences here. Attempting a carburetor rebuild versus probably playing some Hunt Showdown, I imagine, is what we're going to be doing. But for now, that is going to be it. I'm gonna leave the camera here while I walk to my computer and end stream. But appreciate you being here, Coro. You gave me a ton of tips, man. You gave me so many good tips. And we'll see what happens next week when we try again. But we made some good progress, some good cleaning, that sort of things. I have not played Kingdoms Reborn. That kind of sounds like a grand strategy game or something. Is that what it is? That's my guess anyway. Hey, Stormy. I don't have the camera to point at you, kitty. And it's still an hour and 9 minutes until your dinner time. You're not going to get fed. Ooh, is it a free game, Coro? Because if it's free, I'm very interested. But if it's not free, I'm less interested because I still have so many games to play. Still have so many games. Town builder kind of game. I do like that. I do like some simulation style games. But message me on Discord, Coro, because the stream is getting killed. Goodbye. Thank you for joining. Wait, is my webcam being like... Nah, you can't really see it. I mean, you can kind of see it, but it doesn't really. The green screen works pretty well. But goodbye. Thank you for joining.